Today, we have the SBCs you should complete and others that frankly you should avoid. If you'd like to see this monthly, especially with the Euros and Copa America ongoing, drop a like. We have 3 categories: the must complete, self-explanatory, the 50-50, it could work out, depends what you need, and then bad value. These players are not going to give you a return of investment. Attackers, these are my must complete players. And I backtracked to team of the season. We have to talk about Sorloff, Alexander the Great, 100,000 coins, still usable present day, next to nothing, SBC pricing, big body type, just a champion with the way that the game adapted and pivoted. You need this type of target man. Next up, and guaranteed upgrades, Barcola, unbelievable. This Frenchman, the dribbling, the expression, the price point. We should mention with plenty of these selections, it is based around value. It is based around what you're investing, what you're spending, what you're receiving on the back end. That is what squad building challenges have as a little give and take with the debate. 5-star skills, technical, rapid, whipped pass, and French. Oselu. Again, new meta, you need that big body type, has aerial, has 5-star skills. You could argue he's a better version of Sorloff, a more upgraded version. It did get those improvements, which took him from a 93 to a 95. 50-50s, and I'd like to clarify, this does not mean you should not complete these players. In fact, our first choice, Xavi Simons, I completed him. But I don't know that he's going to work for every single person watching. 385,000 coins. You can play him as an off-center midfielder or a winger, maybe even a secondary striker. I've enjoyed using. Marco Reus, end of an era and a player that we have seen in every single installment. At least it feels that way. If you've played Ultimate Team, that's been a reoccurring theme. This 96, if you completed them, you won't have complaints, but you did have to pay a bit of a premium, over 900,000 coins. And generally speaking, I'm not using a bunch of German players or even Bundesliga joints in the rotation. I don't know that I have room for Marco Reus, which leads them into this category. Garnacho for the 96. All the United fans and the Argentinians are standing high. They're knocking this out. Almost 500,000 coins. I just have wingers or attacking players that I already prefer. We've got options that are competitive. Ends up being a bit more of a situational, which is what this category is designed for. Bad value. I'm not getting near these players. Starts off with my beloved Crespo. When he used to be a legend and we had Xbox exclusives, got to rerun some pastimes. But this 96, that still has limitations, not the most versatile at 1.5 million coins. He's just not better than the options that are available. Lacazette, I was disappointed. Didn't think that he was that good. I can read off the stats. We could talk newspaper numbers, but the performance wasn't there. I'm not intimidated going up against him. 500,000 coins down the drain. And then Didier Drogba, and hold up, hear me out. I would just use the 94. For a fraction of the price, you get a player that is very similar, if not the same. Some might even argue more proven, more overpowered. A couple 100,000 coins for the 94, or you can go after the upgrade with the 95 and pay 4 times the price. And I'm still feeling more worried or more concerned with this previous iteration. Into the midfielders, the individuals that you have to knock out. Renato Sanchez, he had that flashback item, dangerous, disgusting, filthy, throw it back to all the years of being overpowered. And he was 500,000 coins for a primetime midfielder. Ezzy was easy. And he went up to a 95 and he was bursting all over the place through the midfield. The responsiveness, the quickness, the pace, the R1 dribbling. What a combination of play styles. Kai Havertz, and we've talked about him, but he's brilliant. Outstanding. Whether you play him as a midfielder, you play him as a fullback, you could even get away with using him as a winger or secondary striker. I only have superlatives to attach to Kai Havertz, able to do it all. 50-50s, Palacios. And I think he was slept on, maybe a little bit overlooked, better than the stats. Maybe it dealt with the play styles, but his facilitation, phenomenal. Still makes a difference in the midfield present day, currently, as we're recording. Congratulations if you made that happen for your team. And he's in the 50-50 category because even with all those positives, I don't know that he breaks into everyone's team or you're actually going to get minutes or that you're looking for a player from the Bundesliga that's Argentinian but congrats to Bayer Leverkusen. And we made a full video talking about the success of Bayer Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso on the Football Records, linked in the description. Paredes, currently at a 93, can upgrade. Would say there's a likeliness that that's going to happen. And I do believe this is his first upgrade of the year. First promo item, and not costing you any serious pocketbooks. Mkhitaryan could be against the grain. I like him a lot in this floating midfield role. Has the double 5-star, 100,000 coins, and I enjoy him for the price point. You're getting a lot of stats, plenty of return of investment. I don't think he ended up being a popular choice, so put some respect on his name. Bad value, Sissoko this entire year, maybe the last few FC or FIFA seasons, hasn't really been the same. We had a flashback with the 91, and he's not even the same type of holding mid, or doesn't have the presence or that aura that we're used to. Conrad Limer, I can't find a scenario where he gets playing time over other midfielders that I have. So you might make a counter argument about him being 180,000 coins from an SBC, but if he's not playing as a starter, he's not coming off the bench, he's not even in your reserves, what are we really discussing? I hate doing this. I'm not proud. Yaya Toure, who has been a legend in the scene. He's a hero, not an icon, but he's always been prevalent. He's been a real factor, sometimes an X factor. And maybe this is just bad timing of the SBC early on throughout the year. Potentially people would have made the pickup, but 91 overall, 650,000 coins. We've had team of the season and now the Euros. He needs another upgrade or resurgence or a big pusher to actually get some playing time. And when you start looking at the evaluation, how can you argue in his favor? I don't think it's possible. Defenders, whoo, we have some options. Last week, upon his release, I knocked out that Araujo, 95 overall. You're gonna need him in your starting 11. Does the business, a lot of confidence, feels authentic, organic, legs just keep moving, positioning, physicality, 50-50s, confrontation, has the ability to command the back line. I love that. And he was maybe 500,000 coins, just a tad over. Same release point, Joe Gomez. Saw him all weekend long. Brilliant. The man's the real deal. Can do anything and everything you ask for. But at 700,000 coins, top tier. Might be a little outdated, but he deserves a special shout out. Just one of those squad building challenges that's still in the right timeline. Lucas Vazquez, who had a live item, got up to a 93. I still use him off the bench as a fullback as we're recording. It has the ability to play a little more of a defensive winger or a traditional fullback role. The dribbling, phenomenal. Utility player at its finest, and such a good quality evaluation. Into the 50-50s, we've got a 95 overall Thiago Silva. 640,000 coins, would recommend. Back to the glory days. The man in some ways is sort of ageless. He has jockey and anticipate for the playstyle plus coordinates. You might have better center backs, which is why I throw this into somewhat of a 50-50. It depends what type of center back you need, which transitions nicely for my next center back in the 50-50 zone, Koundé. And I know plenty of people that swear by him, and others, myself included, where he feels a little undersized. Yeah, he's a 94, turning as quick as ever, not brawly, not built for that type of business, and you're paying 600,000 coins, or you were making that type of an investment. And the reality is, between icons and new center backs and even upgrades today or future players for tomorrow or next week or a couple weeks from now, they're better for this position. But I'm not upset if you've completed and you've used Koundé and you swear by him. He just is the epitome of a 50-50 player for yours truly. Mickey the Dutchman, Tottenham enthusiast, big upgrade. 220,000 coins, 6'4", anticipate and jockey. And I can't stress this enough, jockey as a playstyle plus, underrated. And the question mark here is, do you need him? Will he fit into your squad? Do you want to try out a new center back? I'm not mad if you lean this way or you lean that way. Lucio, and I've loved him all year long. I have been a proponent of positivity around Lucio, but by the time we received the squad building challenge at 1.3 million coins and the upgrades in the marketplace and what we have available for this position, how could I recommend him? Can't do it. Bomb Pastor, similar story. I don't know if there's someone who is more gung-ho about Bomb Pastor than I've been on my channel. From the 89 to the 93, love this item. She is something special out wide. But I can't sit here and justify or tell you to complete an SBC for 300,000 coins when you can buy Bombast Store for 140, 150K off the market. Half price. Go get the better deal. If you want a user, that's your route. Don't trade in your fodder from an SBC. Use it elsewhere. Wan-Bissaka, he simply wasn't that good. We got the flashback, 400, maybe 450,000 coins for the squad building challenge. You might be paying a premium tax just from an English Premier League, Manchester United factoring prospect. I don't know. But when this item came out, I didn't rate him. A lot of fullbacks that are better and more affordable. He's not breaking into my starting lineup or off the bench or even really a reserve. There's just so many better players. That's how I felt from rip, from jump, from release. You were getting a hefty tax and I don't want anything to do with it. Seems like a good place to leave off. We talked about a lot of players, from attackers to midfielders to defenders. Let me know your thoughts. And if you have any questions around players, I will get back to everyone in the comments. And as always, we'll have a lot more content coming out ASAP.